What's up, folks? This is Sean. Welcome back to the blog. And I am here at the LA Convention Center. And as I make this video, this marks the end of E3 2013. And pretty much making this video in order to sort of describe the somber feeling, I'm not sure if that's the right word, that I have when it comes to having an event like this come to a close. I mean, there's so much energy here, so many old faces that I've seen before. I managed to touch bases with popular people. I managed to remember me from previous events, managed to start some dialogues with me, all sharing their love for video games. One of them being Max of the Sesame fame. I mean, seriously, he spent all of his time of E3 here at the Mad Catz booth, spending time with pretty much the first fighting game of the next generation, Killer Instinct. This E3 was all about new systems and really kicking off the next generation of consoles. The Wii U, which is Nintendo's entry, has already had a few months head start, but it really didn't get a lot of momentum because of the fact that there weren't a lot of games, and it sort of lost a few exclusives on the way in. I know of one particular being Rayman, which was supposed to be released earlier in the year. It lost exclusivity, so it's going to be a platform release, and that's going to be coming out in the next few months. I think it's September. From what I've seen on the show floor, I mean, it has a very strong first-party showing. But in terms of third-party support, there's not a lot of it. I mean, I know there's Bayonetta 2 and there's a couple of other games that are coming out for the system. Not really a lot of games, but Bayonetta 2 in and of itself gives me hope for the system. I mean, it looks incredible. I have sort of like the entire demo recorded. And I pretty much had a blast with the game. It looks awesome. Pretty much the high contrast between and the everything running in the background along with the combat running in the foreground. I mean, it pretty much shows off the power of the Wii U very, very nicely, and I think it can hang with the other two systems, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. So I'm really hopeful that more companies come out with a new games for the system and not have it not have it be just another port system. I mean, I noticed that when I went up to the Square Enix booth earlier today, they were coming out with a Deus Ex Wii U edition. The same way that they came out with Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City Wii U editions, or the hardened edition, whatever they call it. I just don't want it to be another port fest that takes advantage of, it's the same game, but you have these extra little gimmicks because you have the Wii U tablet and stuff like that, which is good, but at the same time, those are not really system sellers. I mean, we want exclusives that really take advantage of the functionality of the system, and not a lot of third parties are really looking at the system and taking advantage of that kind of functionality. So they're pretty much holding off for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So I'm hoping that when the system comes out, the Wii U is not left out in the dust. But when it comes to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, good titles on both systems. I'm really looking forward to Killer Instinct because, I'm a fighting game fan. Killer Instinct looks awesome in 60 frames per second, like I've mentioned before. Forza 5, I love the Forza series. I'm playing the heck out of Forza Horizon right now, having a lot of fun with the game. That presentation during the E3 press conference was very striking, seeing the game in action at E3, it looked good. It looked very good. So those are the two titles that I'm looking forward to for the Xbox One. As for the PlayStation 4, love the demo that they had for Infamous Second Son. That's going to be one of the titles that I'm going to be interested in. I already have the first two titles for the PlayStation 3. They were great. This one is the second son, is really using the power of of the PlayStation 4 in order to have such a wide world and yet still have the level of detail that comes from a sort of a smaller scale game. When you have usually when you have such a large game, you sacrifice graphic detail and stuff like that. But it looks great on the PlayStation 4. Frame rate looks pretty good. It looks to be at a consistent 45 frames per second. Didn't look like 60 frames per second, but maybe that will change when the game comes out. Let me see what else is there. Drive Club looked very cool. Shoot. I just remember a whole bunch of PlayStation 3 titles for some reason. I mean, I spent a lot of time checking out what titles that they plan to come out with for the PlayStation 3. Even though those may not play on the PlayStation 4, I mean, I'm looking at Sony and all of I mean, it took up the majority of the floor here on the West Hall. It was amazing. I mean, so many games on display. I want to play them all, basically. I mean, Sony is really, sticking with me in terms of E3 presence. And let me see, what else is there? I think I pretty much covered it. I mean, I went through all of the, revisited a lot of the booths in the South Hall where they had all of the publishers, stuff like that. Revisited the Sonic game, Sonic Lost World. Went over to the Capcom booth. Capcom didn't really have a strong following this year. But two games that they plan to come out with are Lost Planet 3 and Dead Rising 3 for the Xbox One. That's an Xbox One exclusive. It's another game that I'm looking forward to. That looks great. I was a fan of both Dead Rising 1 and 2 for the Xbox when they came out. Good stuff. Shoot, now, this cloud functionality that they're boasting is, for it to create such a large world and not have any loading time between entering new rooms and new areas whatsoever, that's pretty freaking amazing. I mean, I love that idea. When I saw the closed off demo, I was impressed, and I'm definitely looking forward to that game. But as for a system that I would like to go for when they first come out later on this year, whether it be PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, I'm really leaning towards PlayStation 4 because I see myself buying more games for it. And, it seems that they're really taking into the consideration gamers' feelings when it comes to purchasing new games, renting games, and getting games secondhand. They're not going to impose any extra hurdles that gamers have to go through in order to actually play the games if they happen to rent them or buy them, and they don't have to pay someone who is not even involved in the development process a fee just to play a game, So, that one really struck a chord with me, and that's why I personally will be leaning towards PlayStation 4 if I had a choice between the two. I still stick with the rule. I mean, I usually have a rule about waiting like a few months to a year before making the decision to buy a new console because of the fact that it's not the system functionality that sells the games. That sells the systems. It's the games that sells the systems. So when you have a good library of games coming out, then you can make an informed decision as to what console you should get. And these things are quite the investment. I mean, you have the PlayStation 4 coming out for $400 for its best package deal. And you have the Xbox One for $500. So that's another reason why a lot of people may gravitate towards PlayStation 4 in terms of value and price point alone. That's pretty much my report for from E3 2013. I had a blast coming out with all of the content that I've had so far, and I still have a lot of work to do. I have to edit all of these videos and stuff like that. So yeah, lots of fun stuff happened today. Like I said before, lots of people, lots of games to play. Had some fun times. It's one heck of a party. And if you're a gamer and interested in attending next E3, it's all about being part of the industry. Maybe if you're a blogger like me and make yourself an LLC who is focused in games, you can pretty much write your own industry pass in order to get here. Some legalities can make that happen for you. If you're interested in something like that, contact me and we'll come up with a plan in order to have gamers like you actually write your own industry class in order to come up to the next E3, stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much my 2 cents there, business-wise. But other than that, as a gamer, this is not the first E3 I attended. This is pretty much like the 6th or 7th. The first time I attended E3 was back in like 2005. And I don't even remember what was the highlight of that year because I've been to so many E3s. But this is the first year in which I went out of my way in order to create content, not for myself, but for the benefit of other people, for you. This is the year in which I really discovered the power of social media. I'm using Facebook a lot, I'm using YouTube a lot, I'm using Twitter a lot. I'm doing all of this, creating content in order to give people like you who may be interested in games, a taste of what's happening here, an event that's not open to the public. I'm really hoping that by you checking out all of the content I have, all of the walkthroughs, all of the demos, give you an over-the-shoulder view of pretty much every gamer's perspective of a professional event such as this. And just stay tuned to all of the content here. I really hope that you get value out of all of it. And if you like what you see, please like and share with people that you know. That's what keeps the blog going, And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, the blog, or whatever, in order to stay updated with all of my future content. I'm going to try my best in order to keep up with even more gaming content, maybe some more Let's Plays, maybe some old school games that I have in my back catalog that I really spent a lot of time on. I'm pretty sure that you will love those as well. And don't forget, I'm going to be attending even more events in the future. We got Evo coming up, and we also got the business event, Don't Be a Wussy, coming up. So if you want content on all of that, hit a subscribe button, click it, and it's going to keep you updated on all of my content. All right? Like I said, it's tough to really leave behind such a huge party like this. It's not going to come out for another year. But all good things must come to an end. So just like this video, I've been ranting on for over 13 minutes now, so it's time to shut it down. This is Sean. Until next time, stay classy, and I'll see you on the next video.